Floss Tube. Welcome to my channel. If you're on your way back here, you've made your way back, or if you're new, welcome. You don't have to run and hide. It's not really scary, but I wanted to give you an update. So first of all, I digress a bit. This last weekend reminded me of my mother, and I had to stop for a moment and think about how incredible it is that I was in her gene pool. My mother was an immigrant, and she was a die-hard, dyed-in-the-wool American. And she worked hard, and at the time of her passing, she was the oldest practicing realtor in the state of California. And on top of that, the last, I'd say 10 years of her life, she also ran a travel agency. And the things that I learned from her were to be flexible, make quick decisions, and move on. And because of that, I lucked out and got into Fall Fling. I was on the wait list for Fall Fling put on by Acorns and Threads here in Portland, Oregon. And you know, the chances of getting in the wait list, was a big wait list. But the difference and the opportunity for me were that I could drop everything and head on over. It's being that flexible. And because of that, I had the most amazing experience. And I had a moment of gratefulness to the genetic gene pool of my mom. So Fall Fling was my first cross-stitch retreat experience, and I wanted to absorb it all. I wanted to be able to stitch, which really you don't go there to stitch, and nor is your count going to be correct. In fact, your count won't, as long as you're okay with your count not being correct. And the number of people doing full coverage stitching was amazing. But then I thought, hey, if you're off by a stitch, no one is gonna know, right? So that might be the perfect project to take there. So I alternated between moving around the room. I would settle down, do a little bit, talk to my table mates, and then I'd get up and I'd start moving around, mainly to pick the brain of my fellow stitchers. There was so much to learn in that room and so much experience, because the variety of people there were from young, my children's age, to my parents' age, if they were still alive. So it was a wealth of not only love and camaraderie, but education. And so I think I alternated between that space in my brain where I was like a deer in the headlights going, what the heck is going on here, to, oh my God, these are my peeps. So I recommend going to a cross-stitch retreat. It was different than any quilt retreat I'd been to. I've never actually, now that I think about it, there's only been a couple of times where I've been at a quilt retreat that I wasn't just doing it with a group of small girlfriends. Otherwise, you're sewing. Usually at quilt retreats, you're on machines, so there isn't enough ability for moving around or for conversation, because you're putting the pedal to the metal kind of thing. So this was extraordinary. And Janine at Acorns and Threads, oh my gosh, thank you so much for the experience. Thank you so much for keeping me on your wait list, and thank you so much for taking me off your wait list. So the retreat is set up to be a lot of activities in between your stitching at your table. And the first day, it was a 2-day, actually there was a shopping and event at the shop which I couldn't attend because I was a last minute add-on and I couldn't reorganize that first evening schedule. But on Saturday I was able to sit with a whole table of people I had never met before. Literally, this was my first time meeting them. And I recognized one of the gals as Javagirl Stitches because I had been, I love when she says, "Don't be an Ada hater," on her floss tube. And it was like, I was thinking, okay, this isn't just a Portland event. This is people coming from all over. So what was amazing to me is there was 2 of us, Heidi and I, who didn't know each other, and we didn't know the rest of the table. The other 4 at our table were all friends. Vicky, Christy, Javagirl Stitches, Goose, and Anna. And they all were friends. I mean, the kind of friends where they are emotionally supporting each other through text, but they live all over the country. You know, Wisconsin, Las Vegas, Phoenix, California, and they, through cross-stitch and cross-stitch retreats, have become a support system. And I'm telling you, that is a true blessing of a craft when you can do that. So unfortunately, through their planning, they had to leave before the second day started. So it was just Heidi and I left at that table, and then we decided to move to another table together. And so ended up meeting a whole nother group of stitchers that were incredible. So I think that's the best part of these retreats, is if you get out of your box and take a chance and sit with someone you don't know, you could end up with the most extraordinary friendships. So the second day was great. I made some great friends. The place was filled with floss tubers too. And I think the reason being is that on Floss Tube, it's like the telegraph. One person hears about something and then it zooms across the United States to the other side that, oh, there's a retreat over here, we've got to go. And so all Floss Tube is like a network. It's like a, it's kind of like that, not creepy, but like that thing in Stranger Things on Netflix, that thing that's growing under the ground. Yeah, that's Floss Tube. So it was nothing but a good time. I won the very first raffle giveaway, this extraordinary project bag. I did put the project in it that Michelle Bendy Stitches charted up for this retreat in here, but it was really hard. If it wasn't for the fact that it was Michelle's chart, I'm not sure I could put anything in here, because truly it's a one-of-a-kind bag with an absolutely gorgeous framed fabric. And this is by Goose Designs, which she has her own Etsy shop. And let me tell you, this bag, very cool, very cool. So that's what I am keeping in there. They also gave us this lunch pail. If you, I don't know the reflection. Oh, there it goes, right there. Can you read that? It says, I was a cross-stitcher before cross-stitching was cool. Fall Fling 2019. And there were some cool goodies inside of it. And then other people, oh my gosh, other people gave us presents too. It's like they came prepared. Because I was a last minute add-on, I didn't know that I would get in. I didn't participate in the ornament exchange. That nearly broke my heart. But I might just make an ornament or a pincushion up ahead of time, so if I ever do get in a last minute add-on, I can be a part of that party. So there were all kinds of goodies in here. And then Joylyn, who is part of the Acorns and Threads team, she actually charted this onto a chart. And if I get permission, and I've asked Janine to check with Joylyn to see if this is a chart I can share, because we were all given, it doesn't say copyright on it, but that doesn't mean she didn't think about it. So I'm going to find that out before, and if she allows me to, then I will, because I think that's the coolest. Or you can figure out how to chart it yourself. She also gave a little workshop on a little wool Santa, and had the most extraordinary way of doing the buttonhole stitch, which you will see on this video. I know this will be a little longer video because I'm babbling on and I have lots to share, and then you get to see some of Fall Fling. One of the tips that I got on Floss Tube, and you know, besides Floss Tube enabling your shopping, you do occasionally learn something. And Stitch Goes My Heart actually learned this from Stitchy Witch 42. So here we have that webbing effect. You know, Stitchy Witch 42 does not like spiders, but she is webbing out already information. And it was so simple, but such a game changer for my stitching. So I've grown to love these Q-snaps. And I love my Magnolia Baby Creates needle minders. What I didn't think, I thought the needle minder was for the needle only. But in fact, it can be used to hold your chart on your project. So you're not constantly picking it up and putting it down and trying to figure where you were at. So I can't show you the chart, so I have the other side folded over here, but see how that is that not amazing? It's going to change how I stitch, because I don't have to set the chart down each time. I can just look up and keep stitching away. I love these tips, and any tips you all want to give me, please do. Shout-outs. The shout-outs are way too many at this point. I can't even remember everybody I met at Fall Fling, but I'm just starting to, you know, I'm here mainly to hang out with the little man, and then I got this big chance to do this event. So I have not caught up on watching Floss Tubes, but I started a little bit this morning, and you know, well, I already watched Javagirl Stitches, but it was fun to put a face to it. And then Kindred Stitcher, new on my list. I kind of have a hard time actually concentrating on what she's saying because of the craft that's behind her is extraordinary, and she must do a lot of different things. So I am watching her, Kindred Stitches. There were several gals at my second table, which I will add on in future videos as I watch them. It's just been so fun. And then Miss Robyn, I'll link it below, but Robyn, I love your videos. So more of those shout outs will come in the future. So before I let you go to snippets of Fall Fling, and you are going to want to be part of the mailing email list for next year, because next year's event is entirely going to be rocking it, I thought I would show you a bit of haul. I had brought 2 patterns up. Well, I got mail that I didn't even know, you know, you get in this fugue state. And I found out this year that, this last month, that next year my sister's turning 70. That totally blew me away. And so I felt like I wanted to actually, you know, I've done quilts for her, but I wanted to do a special cross stitch. So I found these patterns out of Canada, and I'll link it below. It's by sodastitch.com. But look at those Korean, in their traditional Korean outfits. I just think they were adorable. And I couldn't decide which one I wanted, so I bought all 3. Maybe I combined them in some way. This is a traditional, you know, embellishment accessory that goes on the outfits of Korean dresses. And then traditional Korean dress. And I wish I'll have to show you, I'll have to take a photo and maybe insert in here. I'll get G to insert it for me. I actually have one of these dresses that's framed that my grandmother in Korea sent to me, and when I was a child in California, I would dance. I would do this traditional dance at the Parks and Rec with my dress on. I was quite good. Then I found this pattern at Stitcher's Paradise, and it just, I had to make it. I had to make it for my sister's granddaughter for her 2nd birthday, because it is, I don't know, it just reminded me of her. She's so adorable, and this is so adorable. Dream big, Little Mermaid. Dream big. So when I came back up to Portland, I left out Lori was working, and I told her I needed the fabric and threads because I wanted to make this, and she helped me pick it all out. So look at that. Some of this thread has a real sheen and sparkle to it. That's going to be beautiful. And then I picked up this fabric to do the little Korean girls on. And it is a Lugana Antique White. And see, they only gave me the amount that I needed. Yeah, not a 1/4 yard. And through the mail came a waxing moon design. And oh, it did come with the thread. The thread, which is by Gentle Arts, and yeah, these are all Gentle Arts threads. And this is Search the Skies. Search the Skies. So it says, may you never be too grown up to search the skies on Christmas Eve. And the fabric that it goes on might be a little bit of a challenge because it's dark. It's 28 count blue spruce casual linen. awesome. And why I ended up with this fabric, I think I just fell in love with it. So now I am going to wrap this segment up with a giveaway, because I am blown away by the reception of everyone on Floss Tube and all of you who have signed up as subscribers, and it just kind of shocked me, and I thought I need to say thank you. And so the way I'm going to say thank you is with the blue flower pattern. And that's the thing, the blue flower designer was at the Fall Fling, but you know, I was still walking around with my mouth open, so she might not have avoided me. I don't know, but this is one of her patterns that I absolutely think is one of my favorites. So if you would like to be in the pool for this pattern, just say, "I love the bee" in your comment. And if you say, "I love the bee," I will do it. I will do it. So now stay tuned for snippets of Fall Fling. How lucky am I? I got in at the last minute to Fall Fling with acorns and threads. So here, look around this room. This is what quilt energy looks like. Not quilt, cross stitch energy.
Or you use it with us?
Code differs from another code by one single word. You have to pick out that word and know what the difference is. You gotta know. First you have to have a background. I know when she was taking it, she was super nervous.
I am so freaking excited. My very first cross stitch retreat, or workshop, I should say. So let's see what they're gonna do.
Okay, and the winner is Mary G.
That's not my name. That's not my name.
Mary Goldie.
Mary Goldie!
Mary Mary! Thank you. All right, so do you guys know Bendy Stitchy?
Yes.
You know Bendy Stitchy between Instagram and the shop and everything. So last year we had the opportunity to introduce Jeanette with Blue Flower and her designs. And in Janine, sorry.
I did it too.
Sorry. There's a lot of J's that work here. So this year Michelle has ventured into the land of designing, and so we asked her if she would help us design a project. And so unfortunately she was going to attend and had a family emergency and is not able to be here. But you guys can open your bags.
Yay.
But she has designed for us a snowman. So I am holding the, okay, so Jolynn is holding the correct counted fabric. I'm holding the correct fabric. We stitched 2 models. So
That's so
it's on 36 count. Picture this plus nocturne. Yep, and we can pass the models around so you guys can see them.
Here, can I take a picture so I can
adorable. Is that what cute?
I'll know what it looks like.
So hence the snowman theme.
Yeah, we need to get a picture of it too. Holy cow! It's still my
So the only other announcements that I have is we'll do the exchange this afternoon after lunch. So you can put your ornaments out there and I'll hand out raffle tickets closer to the time. And we have the donations for Rose Haven is out by the kitchen doors, and you can bring it anytime this weekend. We'll be collecting all weekend. And so if you need anything, come check in with us. I'll have a few more surprises along the way.
Christy, you must learn.
Here's some show and tell. So here is Christy, and she is working on a full coverage piece. And I'm fascinated by this because it's not anything I would attempt. Oh, is that the picture of it?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. So it's all in hues of gray and black.
Right.
Wow.
So, yeah, it's, I think like 18 colors of gray and black.
And then how long has it taken you to just do this part here?
I don't remember when I started it. I think I started in July.
Wow. So that's fast. And you put the chart up on the screen.
So this is the new Pattern Keeper app. I think the big problem is that, it just came out maybe a month ago.
Pattern Keeper app.
So,
and it's like on an iPad.
right, you can upload the charts to Dropbox, and then from Dropbox upload them into Pattern Keeper. And Pattern Keeper, it will mark your stitches for you, help you mark your stitches that you've completed. It will help you mark stitches if you're a parker. It will count how much you have stitched both that day and in total. And in addition, when you highlight a stitch that you want to do, say that one, it will highlight all of those in that stitch, but it will also highlight what color it is and how many stitches are left in that color in the whole chart.
That's amazing. And how much did it cost to get that?
There's a free trial for 2 weeks, and then I think it's like $12 or $14.
So you can't get this done in 2 weeks and then say, oh, I don't want to do it.
If you can do that, you don't need this software.
You don't need the app. Do you like those glasses?
Yes.
Because
Yes.
I have a pair of those. I just haven't bonded yet with them.
They took a little bit, and they gave me a headache at first.
Yeah.
But I can look up easily, and I can move my head easily and look down at this easy. Whereas with the magnifying lens, you have to manipulate your head to look in the lens.
Right.
So this gives
And I love that you're using your hair clips
Yes.
for your cross stitch.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was. I gotta pack those. I need them.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Do or do not. There is no try.
So who made this?
Me.
No, you cross stitched it.
I did this and I sent it over to Karina, Bags Plus, in England.
Plus, and she turned it into. Oh my gosh, I have to do that.
And then this side is also a pocket.
Are these pockets shallower?
Clever.
Actually, no. There's just they cover each other.
So everybody is shopping over at the shopping table. But for me, here I am. I got this bag that will fit my 11-inch Q-snap in it. And then I thought this was a really great chart to work on. And it says, "Forgive Quickly" by My Big Toe. So I'm going to put that in my to-do list.
So, we have in the lunchbox a candy cane. Woohoo! Because you need energy. And of course the signature M&Ms for those of you that have been at the shop. We have brand new Acorns and Thread stickers that you may choose to put on your lunchbox or on your water bottle or wherever you want to put it. We have a raffle ticket because somebody noticed that I haven't done any raffle drawings yet. We have your very own. Thank you. So it says Fall Fling and it's got cute little fabric on it that kind of coordinates with everything. This was the inspiration fabric for Michelle. So it's kind of the direction that she wanted to go with some of the fabric that you'll see on your Stitch. Now I can't remember what they are. Stitchy. Snippety. I knew I could say it. And then the last thing is another raffle, sort of. Okay, you see my lovely bag? Yes. And on the outside of my lovely bag, there might be some acorns and threads money, like about $50 worth. But you have to work for this one. See my ball of yarn? My snowball? Okay, so my snowball, you have to guess how many inches of snowball there is. Inches.
Metric.
Inches.
Metric.
Inches. No, you cannot unravel it. It is a solid ball. There's nothing in the middle. It's the same type of yarn all the way through. So I'm not trying to trick anybody. My daughter loaned me the yarn. And so you just have to write your name and your guess and then put it in the Let It Snow box next to it. So, and then the winner that guesses the closest, either under or over, I'm not picky, will win it. So, nice that I've covered up with
from
6 packs of legacy linen so you guys can give it a try. And the number,
That is so awesome.
I love having a microphone. Front row.
You're on camera.
It's number 1.
Don't make me pull this retreat over.
Let me see. Oh, it's so cute. It's a little pumpkin ornament with a roll felt backing. So she needs to do a little vanna-ing. You need to do a little vanna-ing.
I'm using my powers.
Let me take a look.
Okay, so that's number 1. Number 167. 167. Oh, here comes Julie. So Julie's gonna, looks like she's choosing to open.
That's because I did my powers, and nobody wants to steal.
Oh, okay. Dun, dun. Oh, it says feeling festive, and it's a cute little reindeer pillow. Adorable.
My powder original. Yeah. Don't be
So then tomorrow morning, I need to
Hello, Anna. Let's see what you're working on.
I'll show you.
Oh my gosh. You're always got the cutest little witches, don't you?
I like my witches, yes. I changed her, but that's what I'm working on. Oh, let's hide my address.
Those,
Madame Chantilly.
Chantilly, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cute.
Thank you very much.
Since you have this great setup. All these people with interesting frames. Oh, and look at your little needle minder. How cute is that? So pretty.
Thank you.
Pretty beach.
Yes, I know. It's the worst. I was at a gig when I was probably come in until 6. What do you have now? We had like 3 hours downtown area. That's
I went on ahead and booked it as a round trip. My flight was really cheap. It was $161. So now it says here's my returning, so it says check in, so do I go to this check in? Okay, so push that one.
I really liked that one. It sent me on a whole quest for more
Although, you know what, I saw something that
projects, and I can change colors. And then it's mine, so I can do it. I'm really quite confident about that.
Group A position 44.
Oh, that was fun. It's almost all the colors called for.
So here I am at day 2 of Fall Fling at a new table with new friends. So there we go. Everybody say hi.
Hi.
I'll be linking the Floss Tubers down below in the description whenever I get G to upload this video for me. And I've changed my project for today. I am working on the free project that they gave us yesterday by Bendy Stitches, and it's the most adorable snowman. So I have got my new Q-snap going. I've got my magnifier. Yeah, there we go. And we're off and stitching on another day. So here I am with Janine at Fall Fling. How's it going?
It's going great.
Great.
We're having a great time. I'm so glad you were able to come.
Oh my gosh. It's worth signing up on the wait list because you might get in.
Sometimes you get in. Sometimes things happen and people can't come, and we got about half the wait list in.
Oh.
So we didn't clear the wait list, but we got about half the wait list in.
So
yes.
some of us really were
Yes.
given a gift.
Yes.
So hi Mom.
Hi Mom. We're having fun.
Good. So here we are learning a new technique for the blanket stitch.
So I started here, which I caught my loop, I did my first stitch, I stitched all the way around. So now I'm going to add another thread, so I'm just going to take my needle and I'm going to run my needle underneath that last spoke. I'm going to pull my, and then I'm going to go continue on. So I'm going to go back to front, back to front. Half hitch knot at the end. Back to front, back to front. So there's a half hitch knot at the end of each one of those. And when I do my stitch, back to front, I pull it straight out. If you pull up, it's going to move the knot in this direction. If you pull down, if you pull either direction, so you have to pull it straight out.
And so the thread is threaded, so there is a two of the ryans come through the eye of the needle, and the loop is hanging off, and that's how you catch it initially.
Yeah, and that's how you catch it initially. So you don't have to worry about where do I bury my knot and how do I start my first spoke, because that loop will do that for you.
Okay.
That's fascinating.
Yeah, and always back to front, back to front.
How long have we all been doing this and didn't know
And it's always from the top down.
Top down.
Edge
You have to go look it up.
But you still have to bury the knot when you get to the end.
Yes,
If you run out,
Keeps it from rolling.
but I'll show you how to do this. So I'll do this again. So I'm going to go ahead and stitch to the end. So just like everything, stitching is rhythmic, and so once you get into the rhythm of it, it goes fast. So the worst thing that you can do is short yourself on thread. So thread is cheap, kinda.
I've used all my thread for
Except for silk thread.
I said kinda.
Especially silk thread that you don't know why you bought it.
Okay.
Because it's all Marion's fault.
I know. So
It's a good thing you got broad shoulders.
I know.
So what I'm going to do is I need to be able to make a little knot, and I don't want to short myself. So this is going to be my last stitch. So I'm going to go from the back to the front. I'm going to catch my last stitch. Can you see how I've bisected that stitch? And then I'm going to go in, and I'm going to do a half hitch knot. I'm going to turn it over on the back. I'm going to bury my tail 3 or 4 stitches in between my wool. Okay? thread me.
Well, how smart is that? Thanks. That's amazing.
That is
just see if I can
amazing.
remember.
You are amazing.
Thank you.
Yes.
Brought 2 tables worth of stuff. We had to pull more tables out for her items at either end. And then Nancy, I don't know if you guys have followed it, but Nancy has been working on an Afghan for quite a few years, and it's finished. So we thought that maybe if she could hold it up and show everybody the Afghan that she's been working on. It is fabulous. But since it's sort of big, that this way we could have everybody see it. Took her 2.5 years to finish.
Get this done and be able to leave here
With something done? And it is not even cross stitch. It is her snowflake man.
That's the only thing I'm getting done this weekend.
I can't laugh because the magnifier bounces up and down. It's gonna hurt me.
That is hilarious.
I have been told that cross stitch is a weight loss program because this bowl of candy has been sitting here all day because no one can eat chocolate and touch their cross stitch projects. Is that right?
That's right.
That's right.
That's right.
It's been one of those.
Except for you. You have no problem eating chocolate.
I don't. I'm really good at it.